Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of my first project during this month called Project Rewind, a recreation of the very first season of the CPU tournament series that I held on my Instagram account. Now, throughout these episodes, we are going to be taking a trip down memory lane and taking a look at all the tournaments that we have held throughout the series since it first became an official thing on my page. Now, for those of you who remember, this was in a live format, and we did 14 different tournaments throughout season 1. But if you want to get really technical, the first tournament that we ever did was back on my birthday in 2020. In which I decided, in order to celebrate my birthday, I hosted a little fun CPU tournament that people could participate in. We didn't have too many supporters at the time, if you could remember, but we still gained a lot of support from it. Well, I still gained a lot of support from it that I didn't expect to get. You know, I thought it was just going to be a one-off little thing, and maybe I'd make it a tradition for every single one of my birthdays. But I never thought it would get the support that it did, but it turns out people actually thoroughly enjoyed it. So I decided to make it a thing 5 days later, which is considered to be the first tournament in the series, which we are about to recreate right now. Now, keep in mind, these tournaments aren't going to be super accurate to their original counterpart. Obviously, I can't recreate every single tournament to the most accurate representation because that would involve me controlling CPUs, which I obviously can't do. Now, I'm going to treat this as if it is still the live format that I did, and I'm going to be providing commentary throughout each of the matches, and perhaps reminiscing on some certain key points that happened throughout every single match. You won't be seeing my face at all through these episodes, unlike what we did in the live format of the CPU tournaments. But still, it offers the same experience. And the reason I'm doing this project is because, as the fans of this series know, I only saved the finale on my Instagram account and none of the other tournaments, which I really regret doing because without the other tournaments on my account, we couldn't recall all these epic moments that happened throughout each one. For example, the time pool tournament, which I would consider to be the most hyped tournament besides the finale. Now, since these tournaments weren't on my account, I decided to recreate every single video, or recreate every single tournament by replicating them through these various CPU matches. So in case anybody missed the event or just wants to, reminisce from the past, you're able to watch these videos on my account now. And the episodes for this series, they won't be on my account on a regular daily or weekly interval or something. There's no schedule for when these episodes are getting published. I'm just going to do them when I can. As you may know, I am working on a lot of different projects this month, but this I'm prioritizing first because, I wanted to get this project knocked out before anything else. So, yeah. Welcome to the first episode of Project Rewind, and today we are going to be looking back on the very first tournament that I ever held, or considered to be the first tournament that I ever held, in which the tournament had no gimmick. It was just stocks and a little bit of free-for-alls in the very first round, and then it narrowed down to 1v1s and whatnot, and yeah, that was about it. And as you can see, we already have the first match lining up for us. So, sit back, relax, grab a snack if you'd like, and let's take a trip down memory lane as we examine and reminisce on the past of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate CPU Tournament Series, with our first tournament, June 30th, 2020, the very first tournament in the series. The first match we have up here is Nathan Doffing's Cloud, Bella Solomon's Joker, and Uh, well, we didn't really have an actual participant for Rosalina and Luma. We used Avery Stoll's cat, Luna, since we didn't have too many participants at the time. But Cloud should be the winner of this tournament. Spoilers, or not the winner of the tournament, but this match. Spoilers, but again, those who have watched it already know this stuff. But I guess I should probably go throughout each match, not saying who the winner is, but you know, I mean, we're looking back on it. Most people know what the outcome is going to be. Again, not going to be super accurate. The hype on some matches may not be exact, you know, but they still end up in the same way. So let's turn up the volume here. Now, as you can see, we have Cloud as Nathan Doffing as Cloud, Bella Solomon as Joker, and Luna, the cat, not even a real participant, as Rosalina and Luma. So, let's begin the fight. It's nice that I don't have to do a live format for this one because, you know, I'm still allowed to be as chill with you guys as I was in the live format. I mean, plus because just, you know, we're just watching something and almost as if it is live. And even, I don't have to go by a script, even when it's recorded. Like, I can just, if I mess up saying something, it doesn't matter that much. Because, you know, it's a chill experience. However, I do feel like the live format is better because, you know, the emotion is much more real. And, you know, the element of the unknown and the unexpectedness of these tournaments, I feel like offered more, it just made the tournaments all the more exciting, you know? And of course, watching level 9 CPUs, you know, it's an exciting experience, and thankfully I wasn't the only one who thought that, because of the supports that this series got. And oh my god, Cloud and Joker taking a buttload of damage right now. Joker losing his stock for it. See, like stuff like this, like it's still something fun and exciting to watch. Yeah, sure, the level of hype in the original form of this match is either not the same, either in a good way or a bad way, but it doesn't matter. And I believe this is the most accurate this match could get, because certain parts of certain tournaments I vividly remember, and I vividly remember this match taking place on the stage that we are on right now, being Great Plateau Tower. I don't know why cloud CPUs like to do that. They really like to put themselves out there, and when they do that, they get their limit and then just use Climb Hazard just to recover, and nothing else. It's like, I don't want to say they're wasting it, but they kinda are. Cloud unleashing Climb Hazard. I don't think that's gonna kill Rosalina, but if Joker keeps running in the vicinity of the finals match, it's definitely gonna kill him. Yeah! See, despite the recorded format of this, it's still funny to watch, and funny moments like that can happen. Uh-oh, Cloud running right into the final smash. Is this gonna kill him? Oh, he dodges it just at the last moment. Uh-oh, Cloud off stage. It's not always a good thing. Rosalina kind of memorizing his attack pattern. Oh, but Cloud, as we all knew, going to take the cake. So Nathan's Cloud shall move on in bracket, with Bella Solomon's Joker getting third, and Luna's Rosalina Luma getting second. Now, again, like I said, it won't be the most accurate representation as the original was, but whether Bella's Joker actually got second instead of third doesn't really matter. All that matters is that the original winner of the match is going to move on in bracket. So, we shall see where the rest of the tournament advances from there. See you in the next match, folks. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are in our next match of the tournament, which is, oh my god, I don't want to butcher his last name because I don't know how to pronounce it. But for those of you who know who I'm talking about, Jose from Conway, I believe as of right now, he is a sophomore? I could be dead wrong on that. But anyway, Jose's Ryu and Zach Wisdom's King Dedede. As we all know, King Dedede was a very popular character choice in the series, as was for a lot of the other different characters, such as Yoshi, Ike, from a specific person that most of you know. Who else? There's a lot of other popular picks, like Pac-Man, Link. The Link was a popular choice at the time, I think. So was Lucario, but by a specific person, of course, and Pikachu. Again, a lot of different. With the amount of tournaments that we have and the amount of people that participated, there was a lot of room for different characters to partake in the series or make somewhat of an appearance. Now, I don't know if this is the stage they played on, but I had a feeling like the stage gave off this sort of vibe to me. So okay, King Dedede somewhat wasting the final smash. It was a very bad place to use it though, because he was right at the very edge of the stage, which allowed for Ryu to use his, but luckily for him, Ryu didn't have too much of an impact on King Dedede. Now that I think about it, a lot of the heavies were popular choices in the series. Oh my god, that forward air killed? I don't know if that was just the forward air or if Ryu air dodged into the blast zone. Beyond me. Level 9 CPUs are crazy, man. But I think we established that a long time ago. It's probably obvious that a lot of the heavies were good ones too, because, you know, heavy damage output from a majority of the heavies, and most of them are just hype as CPUs to watch. Damn, that was meaty spike right there. Uh-oh. Got him at the ledge. Nice combo coming from Ryu. Oh, nice air dodge too. Gonna dodge the final smash, making for a strangely close game. Just a risky up B, almost falling off the ledge on that part of the stage. Ryu is hungry for another final smash right now, using his final smash, Shinku Kadoken. Didn't do much though, because it just goes through the stage apparently. King Dedede going to take advantage of this by overwhelming Ryu with his infamous Gordo. I'm setting up for some nice combos right now. This is a very close game. Holy shit! Did this sure you can have super armor? The more you know. I don't remember the game being this close, but oh my god. King Dedede living at 182%, going to use the drag down up air to send him flying. See? Even when the matches aren't exactly what they used to be, it can still be hype. Because level 9 CPUs, they know how to deliver. Alright, well, Zach Wisdom's King Dedede taking that tournament and besting Jose's Ryu. Now, we move on to our third match of the tournament. We now arrive at a third match in the tournament, in which we have a Link, Lucario, and a Min Min. The Link was picked by Robin Heimerman, the Hunter Dot or don't make me say that. Lucario was picked by Hunter Doss, and the Min Min was picked by Brady Solomon. Robin and Brady being two recurring participants throughout the series. I can't thank them enough for their participation and support. So Hunter Doss only showing up a couple of times, but that's okay. And I also have a vivid memory of this specific match. I do remember that it took place on Venom, so here we are. Fun fact about this match, actually, by the time this tournament aired, not all of the DLC fighters from Fighters Pass 2 were released. Like I said, this match came out June 30th, 2020, which was literally, I kid you not, literally a day after Min Min, who you see on the screen right now, was released. Which means that Steve, Sephiroth, Pyra, Mithra, Kazuya, and Sora weren't released by then. So just to put it in historical context, that's how old this tournament is. A year and a half. A year and a half old. So it's older than you think. It's almost a year and a half. By the end of this month, it definitely will be. But so someone just had to, take up the opportunity of trying out the new DLC fighter, having them represent them in the first official tournament, and Brady was the first one to catch on to this opportunity. Lucario going ham right there. Going pretty deep. Nice back air. Ooh, man. Lucario kind of set both of them up for that. This is a nice final smash coming from Link. I'm trying to decide who the better CPU is out of this bunch. I want to say Link. Simply because, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Because Lucario obviously can do a lot with his aura, and who better to utilize it than a level 9 CPU. I just think because of how high Link is on the competitively viable tier list, I feel like he'd be the best out of this bunch. I think Min Min is way more competitively viable than Link, but I just don't think the CPU has, much to work with. And this might kill both of them right here. Okay, yeah, definitely not Link. I don't know why I thought that. Definitely a close game right here. In terms of percentage, for those of you who remember how this match went, yeah, it ended quite like that. So Hunter Doss's Lucario moved on in the first match. Now, I'm not exactly sure who got second and third, but it don't quite matter. So, see you all in the next match on the what would have been the left side of the bracket. We are now at our fourth match in the tournament. And as you can see, we have a Snake and a Dark Samus battling against each other. The Snake was picked by Brennan Heckle, and the Dark Samus was picked by Ian Solomon. Again, both two very avid participants in the series. So we saw these two characters quite a bit throughout the tournament series. Snake being picked by a variety of people. Snake, yeah, just being a very popular character in the tournament series as a whole, and Dark Samus, I believe Ian picked Dark Samus quite a couple of times, so you'll see Dark Samus's appearance throughout the series quite a bit. Now I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember which stage this stage this match took place on. So I just decided to pick Greece. I just felt like from my very minimal recognition of, is recognition the right word? Or remembrance, we'll just use that, of the match, I felt like the stage gave off somewhat this sort of vibe. And whether this stage was the stage that was played on or not, I do have a goal when it comes to the stages with with Project Rewind. Just like in the original series, I wanted to make sure, or at least try, to get every single character in the roster, every single character that was in the roster at the time to show up at least once in the series, which did happen. So that was good. So I'm gonna try and do that with the stages too. You're gonna see some reruns of stages and of course some characters. But if you haven't seen a certain stage yet throughout Project Rewind yet, you're going to see it. At least not when it comes, but at least not the stages that came with Kazuya and Sora. Nor are you going to see Kazuya and Sora throughout this series at all, because obviously the latest fighter by the end of this series was Pyra and Mithra. Or fighter, if you want to consider them one. Okay, that spike still went through. Thank you, lingering hitbox. But that is how the match ended. Or maybe not exactly, but ended off in a similar fashion with Ian Solomon's Dark Samus taking the victory. And we'll be moving on in bracket. Now, let us move over to the other side of the bracket, and we shall see another match. We are now on to the 5th match of the tournament, and the other side of the bracket. And as you can see, we have a Byleth, a Little Mac, and a Yoshi. The Byleth was chosen by Kobe Billups, the Little Mac was chosen by Jaden Herndon, and the Yoshi was chosen by Bryn Chamberlain. For those of you who did make it to the tournament, the very first one at least, I made a mistake in the first tournament. I remember Kobe requested specifically to have the female Byleth instead of the male version, but you know, I wanted to keep it historically accurate, you know, and just go with the male version for this. I debated just changing the Byleth to a female, since this tournament already was going to be inaccurate. Why not just change it to the female one? But I just decided to keep it as accurate as possible to use the male Byleth. But don't worry, we shall see female Byleth in a later tournament. There shall be equal representation. Ooh, nice snipe coming from Byleth, completely dominating this game against Little Mac and Yoshi. Already getting his final smash without even losing a single stock yet. Catching Little Mac with it, going to do some hefty damage. What's also nice about this live format is that I don't... Oh man, Yoshi saved Byleth right there by knocking him out of the way. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's another thing that's nice about the recorded format instead of the live format that I'm doing right now is that I don't have to be screaming at the top of my lungs. Man, Yoshi got knocked out quick. Oh my god. Yo, Little Mac's feeling himself right now. He's not going to be feeling himself when he gets knocked off the stage, though. As we all know, Byleth has some pretty good edge guarding potential and can go off the stage at a pretty fair length and distance because of the ridiculous recovery option that he has. Still landing the KO punch though. He's not going down without a fight. Well, maybe he is. Not without a fight for sure, but is he going down? Yeah, definitely. Coming in swinging. Ooh, nice catch with the air bar. Lil Mac barely going to make it back to the stage. He was going to use their final smash first, though. It's going to be Lil Mac. Going to get a nice KO right there. Ooh, man, okay, that was a really cool looking kill screen. But anyway, for those of you who remember how this tournament went, that is exactly how the match ended, with Kobe moving on in bracket with Byleth. Now, we shall move on to the second match, on the right side of the bracket at least, or the sixth match, whichever you prefer. But, yes. Kobe Billups moving on in bracket, and we'll move even farther on in bracket, as we will see later in the tournament. We now arrive at our sixth match in the tourney, in which we have a Pac-Man and a Piranha Plant. The Pac-Man was chosen by Dakota Beck, and the Piranha Plant was chosen by Avery Stoll. Piranha Plant almost losing his first stock at the very beginning. But anyway, for some historical context behind the tournament, some more historical context, June 30th, 2020, as I've said, that is when the first episode in the series dropped. Not only was it to commemorate the very first episode of the series, but it was also used to commemorate Avery Stoll's birthday. So, in case you didn't know Avery's birthday, now you will be able to tell him happy birthday. So. Ooh, he's in the good old drag up KO trick, or at least trying to. It's very easy to tech. Even at that, it's very easy to tech that technique. Especially at those percents. I'm surprised Pac-Man is still even living at a percent like this, though. I'm still going to bust out the final smash. Getting some decent damage off of it. The Piranha Plant looking to bring out good old Petey Piranha. Not going to kill because it's very easy to get out of that situation when you're a character like Pac-Man who has a ridiculous amount of recovery options. Almost just as many recovery options as Sora, but obviously we're not going to see him in this series. It'll be exciting to see some level 9 CPU gameplay from Kazuya and Sora though in Civil War. Hope you guys are excited for that. Shameless plug, I know. Come on, I just have to talk about it. It's going to be such a big event. Pac-Man using all these projectiles at his disposal, or tools. We're going to get a clean KO off him, but Pac-Man practicing some perfect spacing, going to tech the down air right there. Pac-Man barely having enough options to make it back, but that air dodge kind of ruined it. He thought he could make it back just by air dodging, but the lag from it, not able to help him get back to the stage safely. Piranha Plant looking for some easy smash KOs right now. Giving Pac-Man the opportunity to use his final smash. Not gonna get quite KO'd from it though. Perfectly spaced back air right there. Pac-Man doing all he can just to stay alive, but also just get a KO off of him. Petey Piranha coming out. Called in Big Papa. Says he's getting bullied. Not gonna do too much, but did some damage at least. I'm surprised, but also not surprised at the same time that Piranha Plant is living at such a percent. Because I've never seen Piranha Plant live at such percents. But also, you'd be surprised how heavy Piranha Plant actually is. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I was about to say, if he has to die from that, then I don't know what can kill him. Pac-Man trying to get some easy damage racked up. Ooh! But perfectly good spacing and angle with the down B. That move is ridiculous if you don't know. But Avery Stoll's Piranha Plant will move on in bracket. We're now on to the 7th match of the tournament, in which we have our last free-for-all, which includes an Ike, Kirby, and a Sheik. The Ike, as I'm sure every single one of you know, belongs to the infamous crowd pleaser Emma Zogelman. And then we have the Kirby, which belongs to me, of course. Big Kirby guy right here. And then we have Sheik, which was owned by Chance Rogers. Ike just desperately trying to get back to the stage, or maybe get some cheesy KOs off of using that up special. Regardless, it's going to help him. I'm not entirely sure what happened to Sheik there. I was not watching, but Jesus. Okay, not quite going to grab the ledge right there, but swear to God. Ooh, nice timing with the up special right there, covering Chance Rogers' seat. Yeah, but level 9 CPUs, man. If you're having trouble finding them or just attacking them in general, you're more than likely just hanging out the ledge. As we all know, we all wanted Ike to win a tournament so badly because of the dedication that Emma Zogelman put into, oh my god, 3 final smashes on the board right now, and Ike going to catch both Kirby and Sheik with his, going to get a double kill. But anyway, we all know how popular Ike was among the tournament scene and series. Desperately tried to get to Ike to win because, you know, fan favorite because of, you know, the dedication that Emma put into Ike winning a tournament. Unfortunately, he never won a tournament, but more often than not, he got close. And whether he lost or not, he still won in our hearts. I'm not sure what happened to Chance's Sheik there, but his gown and the Ultra Sword coming through with Kirby, going to get a clean slice. We all know Kirby's a balloon though, because he's such a lightweight, and with the power that just comes behind Ike's sword, going to get some pretty early KOs, which you saw right there. And of course, whether Ike wins a tournament or not, it's always nice to see him win because, you know, crowd pleaser. But that was the second to last match of the first round in bracket. And now we will move on to the tradition that started it all in the series, the joke character match, which usually pitted a real participant among the joke character of the tournament, which is, of course, is a tradition that we've always stuck to. So, on to the next match we go. And ladies and gentlemen, we're right to the last match of round 1 in the tournament, in which we have a Daisy and our joke character, our first joke character being Sans. Sans the skeleton from Undertale. Obviously, this isn't actually Sans. It is a skin, a specialized costume for the Mii Gunner. You know, the three archetypes of Miis that you can have in the game, being the Mii Brawler, Sword Fighter, and Gunner. Gunner got a lot of cool costumes like this one, in which you can dress up as Sans, have the gas blaster for the arm and whatnot. But anyway, the Daisy was picked by Austin Doffing. So, if you want to get really technical though, the first joke character that we ever had in the tournament series was in the one on my birthday. But again, that tournament isn't actually part of the series. And it was Crackhead Yoshi. A little joke that we started with this one level 9 CPU, this one level 9 Yoshi CPU that me and Brady Solomon watched in this tournament that wasn't part of the series at all. We were just watching for the hell of it. And it went insane in the tournament, and we just thought this Yoshi has potential. We have to put it in. And we will see Crackhead Yoshi later in the series, but as of right now, Sans was our first inclusion because of just how ridiculous the costume looks. It's definitely going to do a lot of damage. Will it kill though? Almost. We'll bring him and Daisy back up to a somewhat even percent. I swear that stealth burst is so strong. I also do remember this fight taking place on Wii Fit Studio. Don't ask me how I remember where certain matches took place. I just have a slight photographic memory of these events. And that is a very strong forward smash that will definitely kill at the ledge, especially at that percent and the character's weight like Daisy's. Jesus Christ. It's such a cursed screen to look at, even to this day. But anyway, yes, the joke character actually moved on in bracket. We don't see too many joke characters actually make it far in the tournaments, except for in one of the tournaments in like the second half of the season, which we will get to at some other point. But now we'll move on to matches with characters we have seen in other matches before, as the participants dwindle down to a low number.